I really believe that's the way that Jesus did it, because if you look, he wasn't inviting people to synagogue. He was like, just follow me. He said, go, make disciples. He did not say invite people to come to you. Go. How are we going? And knocking on doors ain't going to do it, because that ain't working anymore. Nobody wants to see you on a street corner with a bullhorn either. So you have to go in the right way. And the way to go, what I've found that works, is we go to the places, we fish where the fish are. We go to live events, bars, sporting events, wherever I want to go to. That's the beauty of it. Whatever I find fun, I do. I invite some church friends, but then I invite some non-church people. And when they come, the word says where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, Jesus said this, there I am, right? I'm in the presence. When we get a couple Christians together and we invite a non-Christian, Jesus is there. It doesn't matter if it's a bar. He hung out in places like that anyway. Frank, if we were in a bar together, I guarantee you we're going to talk about God. And if me and you are rapping about something and there's some non-church person, unbeliever there, and they're within earshot of that, they're listening, and we're not even trying to sell it to them. That's actually makes it more effective, because it's not like we're like, hey, let me give you this track. No, we're just talking as two dudes. They're hearing it and something's happening. And the next thing you know, we're like, hey, bro, we're going to go to such and such church tomorrow. Are you interested? A lot of times they're just like, yeah, because they met you and you're cool, you're normal. And then next thing you know, they just start moving with us. And then they end up in church. And again, a lot of times there'll be a seeker-friendly message, and then they get saved, man. Their whole life gets changed. For us, it's just been super effective. And it's convincing now the churches to notice it and try to implement it, because they're so stuck on this old way of doing things. Even though it doesn't work, they refuse to throw their nets on the other side of the boat sometimes and try something different. Let's just kind of look at this a different way. A lot of churches believe we're living in the end times. Where's the urgency? Because if you think Jesus is coming back, you really believe that, and you ain't out telling people, shame on you.
What is it that's keeping them from being open to trying a new way?
In Baltimore, where we have 2 churches kind of running the Go method, it's not perfected. We're still in this kind of beta testing mode. It's been challenging to get them to fully embrace it, because I think they're so still married to the old model. I liken it to this story I heard about maybe the American soldiers or the British were fighting the French and the Indians. The British were fighting the way that they knew how to fight. They were like marching, and they were getting blasted because the Indians were fighting Indian style. There was only like a third of the Indians that there were of this other army, and they just destroyed them. And then they realized that they're in some kind of new environment and they got to fight different, and that's when they started getting behind rocks and trees and stuff instead of just marching into the enemies. That's what the church has to realize now, that there's got to be a different way, and we have it. And it's them noticing it. This is the Great Commission. This has got to be one of the top priorities. This is the last thing he said before he left the earth. So it's important. He could have said a lot of things, but he said, go. Make disciples. That was the last thing. So we got to figure out how to do it. And if it ain't working, if you're not bringing people to Jesus, if you're one of those average churches of less than 10, then I'd love to talk to you.